miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net.
And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on the zone.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
The Zone is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
It all comes down to this.
Fight night, only on DAZN.
Well, from Brooklyn to Riyadh to the infamous York Hall, Bethnal Green, welcome to the Box Raw Sparring Club. And what an event it is as you look around this venue. I've not seen demand like it the day before a weigh-in. They've managed to clear all the weigh-in stuff. We've now got punch bags here, there's a bar through there, there's people all up in the crowds, there's even a geezer jumping in the live broadcast. That's all right, mate, no dramas at all. We wanted you in vision. He's got the badge on at least. Look at the bar, the fans have been queuing up for hours on hours. And you know what you were thinking? I want a little bit more fighting before the Eubank Ben 2 weigh-in. Well, that's what you've got here. Cracking action as we've seen so far. And if you look here, people are really loving it. I've been given some of the gear. I'm going to be asking for a little bit more as well. This stuff is absolutely spot on. They have been going absolutely mad for it. I'm hearing the prices are quite good as well. So look, I ain't being paid, but Box Raw, go and get yourself some, because this is very, very good. Like I say, some fantastic action is pending. Somewhere in here, I am going to throw to Adam Smith and Mike Coppinger.
But somewhere in this packed gladiatorial arena that is, of course, the York Hall, Bethnal Green, the home of British boxing, and tonight the home of Box Raw. We've had one in New York, one in Riyadh, and now, Mike Coppinger, it's welcome to East London, and this, my friend, is the spit and sawdust of our domestic boxing game.
Here with you, Adam, and to be at the home of boxing in East London, the best atmosphere as always, so can't wait.
It's going to be great. Opportunity knocks for so many young prospects. There's a feverish crowd, a wonderful atmosphere, and in the ring we have Peaky Blinders Arthur Shelby.
I do love a camera. Everybody welcome to tonight's show, and we're going to have a fight tonight. Maybe more than one. And a few people are going to hit this fucking canvas. I'll even take my shirt off and have a go myself. But listen, the bar's open. I want you to know the drinks are on me. Right? This is the famous York Hall. And tonight, it is being overtaken by order of the Peaky fucking Blinders. That's better. Let's introduce the first fight then, yeah? I know who you're from. Right, introduce it. First up, here's my man, Lucas Ballingall. How you doing, mate? Never talk to the man when he's fucking warming up. I want you all to know that the bar is free. If you go and get me a fucking drink, some bastard. Here he is, have a look. How are you, pal? You're all right. Here's your man there, look. Alex. That's right. Alex Macmillan walks into the fucking ring looking more dangerous than me. And that's not fucking easy, let me tell you. Yo. Right.
I'm not sure Lewis Van Bosch, the referee, who used to be a fighter himself, can hear the bell, but it's coming up now. Stand by for a fabulous night here at Bethnal Green. Box Raw, and the golden chances for these fighters to really put on a show and impress the Riyadh season and Ring magazine. Everybody watching them. Lucas Ballingall, who's got a good record, 18-3, in with the debutant Alex Macmillan, who Mike, I've been hearing some really good things about. He's got Shane McGuigan and Josh Pritchard in the corner. That's Adam Azim's team, and he's got some fans up in the rafters tonight as well.
Yeah, Shane McGuigan, of course, her
good
trainer.
One, from Ballingall early.
These guys are going at it, wasting no time, huh? Just like in New York.
Macmillan trying to get back behind his jab. This is a 3-2 spar in the middleweight division. Ballingall has so much experience, fought in this very ring before. Good action early. Look at these boys go. It's a bear pit, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, it feels like Fight Club in here. You have everyone standing around the ring, right? No one sitting down. And they may be wearing headgear, but they're still going to the body a lot. And Adam, isn't there something about wearing the headgear? The guys feel more confident, right? You see it in the amateurs. They waste no time trading in the pocket.
Macmillan trying to get his jab going. He was a very prestigious amateur.
Yo, you spoke on the phone, here. How are you? Good. Sorry, I ain't really properly met you. What do you think of the fight?
Good work there from Ballingall. Into the first. Lively.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
It's the second round. And with his back to us, it's Lucas Ballingall, who's come up from Portsmouth. Alex Macmillan, though, kicking off his journey. He's from Tyson Furyland in Morecambe, is Alex Macmillan, but he's training down with the McGuigans. And he looks like he's got a wonderful right hand, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam. And speaking of Tyson Fury, we see him training real hard. He's getting ready to possibly face Anthony Joshua next year. I think there's a lot of momentum there.
See Shane in the corner. Josh Pritchard as well will be with Adam Azim. Saturday night, these two are right in the middle. It's like a phone box spar already. Quality work from Macmillan and from Lucas Ballingall.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Adam Azim tomorrow, Adam. Azim in against American Kurt Scobie, late replacement for Zora Abdullayev, and Azim looks like the goods, right?
Kurt Scobie's been great fun this week.
Yeah, he went crazy yesterday at the press conference.
And he came out of his box raw, didn't he, Kurt, to get his big opportunity?
He did. That was in July in New York at the first Box Raw Sparring Club and made a statement. So we'll see who makes a statement here tonight.
20 fighters going at it tonight. This is their window of opportunity. It's almost like a beauty pageant for boxing.
Something like that.
But these two are making it brutality. They really are. Referees hardly have to do anything. This is great to watch. Oh, well done, Lucas Ballingall, using that experience. Macmillan coming back, though. Wow, this isn't a spar. This is a fight on the cobbles, but it's happening at your call. Let's get over to Charlie. He's with Hamza Shiraz, the other side of the ring.
Well, thank you, Adam. Yes, indeed, I am ringside. Hamza Shiraz is the man next to me. A cauldron of noise for professional boxing usually, but this is fantastic, right? The Ring Sparring Club here with Box Raw.
Unreal, man. This is the second one I've come to. First one is in Saudi. This one, unreal. But it just goes to show, listen, His Excellency, the ring and the team, given the up-and-coming fighters the opportunity to perform and then eventually a platform in the big lights.
The guys were just talking ringside there. Kurt Scooby obviously was on this. He fights Adam Azim tomorrow night. This is the sort of opportunity where people like yourselves, Frank Smith, Rick Reno, etc., Turki Al Sheikh, they'll be watching on thinking, hold up, no, if you guys have got it and they can show what it takes, we can take it further. 1,000,000%. And like you said, Kurt Scooby is the perfect man for it. Someone who, it was a New York one who was on, wasn't it? And then now he's fighting on one of the biggest cards in the UK, so you know it's not a gimmick. And whoever does their best, whoever shows up, actually gets an opportunity to potentially become a great in the sport of boxing. We know His Excellency loves video games. This gives me a very much Street Fighter type feel. Very cool, right?
It's amazing. You know what I like? The way the crowd's proper close to the ring. It gives it that Fight Club feel, that underground kind of Fight Club feel. And it's amazing to be here, bro.
I can't sit next to you and not talk to you about tomorrow night. Yeah. Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, they go at it again. Conor's weighed in more than Chris. Do you think Chris was making a point, coming in 0.9 under?
I think he was. Listen, he was saying Conor ain't getting another Rolls Royce again, is he? So, an interesting fight. Listen, when it comes to predictions, I've been known for giving the worst ones in boxing now, but I've got Conor Benn to win inside the distance tomorrow.
I think that'll just be because he's the fresher man. He's not had to do the weight cut with the time in between.
He's been there before. He's done it. He's not as emotionally involved as he was before, and I feel like he's going to use his energy way more better than he did in the first fight. But yeah, let's see.
I can't sit here next to you and not ask you about yourself. What's next, Hamza?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But give me any name in the 168 division and I will turn up.
You enjoying a little bit of downtime being low-key?
You know, you say that, but I've been used to fighting back to back for the last however many years. It's been a little bit odd, but it's given me more time to work on strength and conditioning, to fill into 168, and yeah, but overall become a stronger human. Not even a fighter, but a human.
Hamza, thank you very much. Back to Adam on the mic.
Thanks, Charlie, and what a great opener that was. 3 very, very competitive rounds. Alex Macmillan, Lucas Ballingall kicking off Box Raw's action at your call. And I totally agree with what Hamza's saying. It's like it's underground here, Mike. The lights, yeah, the red, the feel of the crowd almost on top of the ring. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's incredible. And for anybody who's ever been to a sparring session, they know how heated it can be. But this really amps up the energy. You see the fighters feeding off the crowd. And also, like you said, feeding off of that chance to make a statement for Riyadh season in the ring.
Rick Reno enjoying it at ringside. Frank Smith's here as well. We enjoyed that first fight. Alex Macmillan, Lucas Ballingall. No winners, no losers tonight. Well, everyone's a winner for getting in. Opportunity knocks.
And Adam, I gotta tell you, I've watched a lot of sparring, but the biggest monster I've seen in sparring is Dana Benavidez. I've seen him break noses, you know, almost knock down reigning champions, and this is years ago.
Mike Tyson was pretty good in sparring.
I bet he was, but I never saw him live.
All right, next up, we got All right, next up now we've got Alex Ngoy. Everyone put your hands. Come, let's walk him in there. Alex Ngoy, where are you? There he is, look. Likes to come in slow like me. Yeah, slow and fucking dangerous. Nice. Yeah. And now we welcome. Where are you? Warren Labourne, next in the ring. Warren Labourne. I want to welcome everyone to the local sparring club. Let you know, the bar's free. So someone go and get me a drink. That'd be nice. Yes, Warren, come on.
So second up in the welterweight division, it's Warren Labourne, who's 2-0 from Coventry, in with Axel Ngoy from Scotland. The red corner of Labourne. Both of these guys undefeated, different physical statures. The long raking jab of Labourne, and Ngoy more short, stocky and strong, and this should blend nicely.
Yeah, and look at this, Adam. Labourne just fought on Sunday. Just fought 5 days ago against a fighter with a 9-61-1 record. So he's fresh and he's ready to go. And I guess he didn't take too much damage in that fight, huh?
It's terrific, isn't it? They could fight last week and then they can take the chance tonight, and look at this in the first 30 seconds.
Just can't say no to this opportunity.
Oh, big swinging right hand there from Ngoy, and back comes Labourne. Nice jab as well there, crisp and cute. Oh, huge right hand and then left. They got the 16-ounce gloves on, but I tell you what, we've seen a couple of knockouts already in box raw.
Yeah, I don't know if I call them home run swings here in the UK, maybe cricket swings. But
oh, good jab from Ngoy, utilising the ring.
Oh,
beautiful work. What a first round.
Yeah, Labourne's feeling good. He's active. He just fought. He's the one really pressing the action here.
He's really looking to impress, isn't he? Following Alex Macmillan and Lucas Ballingall. He's got these huge long arms, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the good crowd here. You have the balcony pretty full.
It's fantastic.
Behind us.
Let's go over to the other side of the ring. Charlie is with the ring's Rick Reno.
Well, yes, we are back indeed. Thank you, Adam, with the man with the most rascal outfit in all of London, Versace Rick Reno. But you never thought you'd see the day I'd be holding the Ring magazine microphone and York Hall?
I never did think I'd see it. but this is Fox Roar Spar Club with the ring. Crazy things happen here.
How are you, Rick? It's been an incredible week. This feels very Street Fighter. We know His Excellency Turkey Yellow Sheikh loves his video games. A very cool vibe that has been brought to Bethnal Green this evening.
It's almost like a combination of Street Fighter, Fight Club, and actual street fighting, all mixed up in one. You know, we wanted to do this in the UK for a very long time. We did it in the States, we did it in Riyadh, and now we hope to do a lot of these in the UK as the months and years go on.
You love messing around, you like to make a scene. This week you've done just that. You've made some great comments at the press conference, a little jive saying, hey, Frank Smith won't be driving the ambulance. Have you enjoyed how everything's unfolded? There we are, a knockdown. We didn't even get to watch
the ring. These guys aren't here to play. Guys are getting dropped now. That's why they call it the Fox Roar Spar Club. We saw guys getting dropped in Riyadh, guys getting dropped in Brooklyn. Now guys are getting dropped in London.
It's a real opportunity as well. His Excellency will be watching, of course. You go in and you put a good performance here in front of yourselves, all the other guys, and you might end up on a Ring Riyadh season card.
I mean, look at a guy like Kurt Scobie. You know, he went to the one in Brooklyn, and when Adam Azim, when his opponent fell out and we started looking for a replacement, he was one of the guys we had tape on from Spar Club, and he got his opportunity at a major event.
These guys really know that they're fighting for something, absolutely trading off to the body. Very quickly, before I let you go, obviously tomorrow night we see that rematch. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be absolutely packed. How do you see it going? Just how excited are you? And on record, can I get Rick Reno to admit that the British fans are the best in the world?
They're certainly the most energetic in the world. I mean, the British fans are absolutely great. You know, I always have like my 5th or 6th time in the UK this year, and I always have an unbelievable time when I'm here. Even with the 8-hour time difference from Las Vegas, I have an unbelievable time. The fans, the food, even with the rain, I love London.
Rick, you get paid a fortune, mate. We can see that in the club, but we don't have to worry about the 8-hour time difference. Lovely speaking to you. Back to Adam and Mike.
Thank you, Charlie. Great to hear from Rick, and he's absolutely right. There is a vibe, a buzz, and look at this from Warren Labourne here with a knockdown of Axel Ngoy in the second round, and he's absolutely loving it. As you said, Mike, he fought a few days ago. He's got a spring in his step. There's a bounce. He wants to catch the eye of Rick, catch the eye of His Excellency, and catch the eye of you.
10 seconds. I don't know about me, Alan, yeah, but it's funny, right? You can go fights and rounds without having any knockout on these official fight cards. It only took till the 5th round tonight of all these fights to have a knockdown.
A knockdown already, and there's many, many more bouts to go on this cram-packed night at York Hall, Bethnal Green for Box Raw. They're selling the merchandise over there. It's cool, it's new, and we're loving this as the two of them crack up the heat.
Labourne doing a nice job riding the punches, even the body shots.
Yeah, a lot of body shots. I like his awkwardness here at Labourne. Both of these guys undefeated, and you can see that they mean so much to them.
Yeah, both very raw, but maybe a guy to watch at Labourne, the way he's looking so far.
Really throwing in the body shots. Back comes Axel Ngoy in his 3rd professional sort of appearance. This is a spar. It doesn't go down on the records, but it's more than just that. This is not glorified sparring. This is getting down and getting dirty at the York Hall in the East End of London.
Man, these guys are welterweights, Adam. Labourne looks like he has a pretty good height to him, huh?
Look at that, another right hand there. Labourne with power as they come to the closing stanzas of what's been another cracker. 2 down at the Box Raw Sparring Club, and the crowd are thirsty for more.
Yeah, look, I don't know. It doesn't matter who the opponent is, Adam. When you're knocking guys down with 16-ounce gloves and headgear, you definitely have some pack to your punch.
And look at the energy and the commitment. What a great spar that was.
Tremendous.
A terrific scrap in the welterweight division between Labourne and Ngoy. Fabulous.
Anybody forget there's a free bar because I want a drink? Who's going to get me a drink? Anybody?
Fabulous fight, really good. They called it a spar. Wow, I'd like to see them spar more.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Labourne, I don't know how tall this guy is, but he packs a punch.
Yeah, he does. Hugely tall for a welterweight. Warren Labourne, look out for him. Well done to Axel Ngoy as well, but Labourne catching the eye with the knockdown as well in the second round. What a crowd in here tonight at York Hall.
Look at this, to our right, Adam, we even have heavy bags hanging. People are messing around with them.
I know, it really is. Transferred the York Hall into like the Dungeon in Philly or one of the big training centres in the UK. So many of them now.
So how many times have you been here at York Hall?
Over 1,000. I mean, a lot.
Literally?
Since the mid-90s. I first came here when Francis and Popo fought Darren Fifield in 1994. I've seen Ricky Hatton fight here. I've seen Lennox Lewis. I've seen Johnny Tapia, Nigel Benn. Everybody's fought here. Anthony Joshua, so many over the years. Great knockouts, wonderful knockout between Wayne Alexander and Takalu. Great fights, domestic scraps. And I tell you what, everyone gets a good spot in here, Mike. Whether you're up there on the balcony or down at ringside. And tonight, everyone is encroaching in us. They want to be almost touching the ring apron.
Yeah, Francis Popo was one of Eddie Hearn's favorite fighters as a child.
And here we go on to the third one. It's a good matchup here. Plenty of experience with Fraser Wilkinson and Elliot Whale.
Second round, round one.
Well, the action coming thick and fast. In the red corner, it's the southpaw from Aberdeen, Fraser Wilkinson. And in the blue corner, the southpaw from Sidcup, Elliot Whale. Not often we get an all-southpaw matchup, but we do tonight.
Yeah, Wilkinson this July, big upset of William Crola.
I was there for that. He boxed really well. William Crola, Anthony's brother, and a big prospect, but he did really well to get through that. Did Fraser Wilkinson box beautifully and won in the 6th round. He's won his last 3 actually. Elliot Whale has won all 12, and big hopes for Whale. Was a really good amateur.
Yeah, that was
real class here, Mike.
Crowell's riding high right now. That was a massive win. I'm sorry, Wilkinson, I mean. He was a plus 1,000 underdog. So looking to make another statement here and get a big fight maybe next year.
24 victories between these two. Nice jab. Both of them looking for centre ring here. And picking their punches well.
Yeah, two good-looking jabs. And Adam, really, this is a pivotal time to make a statement, in my opinion. It's the end of the year. You know the promoters are right now making their schedules for next year, so everyone looking to enter 2026 with a bang.
Yeah, Ben Shalom and Eddie Hearn, the boxer representatives, Matchroom, as well as everyone from Salah and Ring and Riyadh Season, all coming to East London tonight. Smart opener from the pair of them.
Yeah, for this spar, right, it's old school style. George Foreman standing in between without a stool.
Elliot Whale just in front of us. Turned over a while ago. Settled in the Midlands. The man from Sidcup, Errol Johnson, just about 10 feet away from me. And Jumbo next to me. I mean, this is royalty, Mike, in boxing in Britain. I know these are guys you see every week. They are brilliant. They are the fabric of this business in the UK.
Yeah, and also really, these small hall shows, right, are really the fabric of boxing. And you're seeing them go away in the US, sort of, but I know in the UK, they're still very strong.
Very much so. The York Hall gets used most Fridays, the odd Saturday. We were here with Matchroom, George Liddard winning a British title a few weeks ago on DAZN, and now it's the turn of the prospects. The novices. Ben Shalom's over the other side of the ring with Charlie.
Well, thank you, Adam. Yes, here we are, ringside with Ben Shalom. What a cool event. We know His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh loves Street Fighter. I keep referencing it. This is a very, very cool feel in here tonight.
I feel like I would like a scrap in one of these. This is a proper vibe, isn't it? This is sick. This is fair play. Everything, the way it comes together, the pressure that he puts on the fighters. Elliot Well's actually our man in there right now. I'm surprised to see him. He's meant to be fighting on December the 20th. He didn't tell me that, but no, it's an amazing event.
You say you'd fancy a little tear up in here, His Excellency. Your Excellency, if you're watching, me and Ben Shalom can go at it on the cobbles. We can go at it in here, no?
I think you're a little bit too small with me. I think I could do Fat Frank in there probably. I'd like to do that. I tell you what, if Turkey wants to pay us enough money, the next time we do one of these, put me in there.
Frank Smith versus Ben Shalom on the next Fox Raw Sparring Club. Wow, that's not what I expected to hear out of this. That man Rick Reno over there.
Mike Coppinger is here right now and he's nodding his head. He can't wait to see.
You got to let it happen. I'll never let him live it down. He let them nick Ben Whitaker off of him. Matchroom. I want to see him get Frank Smith right now in the ring. You need your revenge.
I agree.
Built up that, they nicked him and he rubbed it in your face at the press conference that he's making his debut in a Matchroom show.
I agree. I think I need to get in this ring, and if Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh can make it happen, he makes all the big fights happen. If he can make it happen, I'll be in there.
This is the last thing I expected when I got the call to do this. Rick, don't go just yet. When you see Ben Shalom and now Frank Smith, the prospect of them having a spar together, who do you make the favourite?
I don't know. Ben is a proud man. He's been training behind the scenes. He's got a good jab, solid footwork. I think Frank's become a little domesticated lately. You know, he's got the silk sheets. He's living in this big house now that Eddie got for him. He's sipping champagne with him in Texas.
I was talking about Frank Warren. Don't
flap it now, Ben.
I don't know if they could afford to allow that one to happen.
Look, Ben, while we've got you quickly, we've got to talk about tomorrow night's fight. Obviously, your man, Chris Eubank Jr., he did it the first time round. It's the same again. Looks like he's been a little bit more disciplined, made the weight good. Talk to me about it. Only 24 hours to go until we see the two of them collide at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How do you see it?
Listen, there's a lot more at stake this time. There really is. I think the second fight, both fighters know what to expect. I honestly believe the last one was a bit like a pantomime. You know, for us, I think I underestimated Conor Benn. Chris Eubank Jr. underestimated Conor Benn. But there isn't any of this last time. It sort of reminds me of the Liam Smith rematch when Chris got Bomac involved, and and had a discipline camp and had a focus camp, and his career was on the line that night. And this is a chance for him to really cement his name in British boxing greatness. I think the numbers that he's now pulling in, he's the biggest pay-per-view star in the country, and I've always said, I want to see Canelo on these shores, and the only way we're going to do it is if Chris Eubank Jr. comes through on Saturday night.
Ben Shalom, thank you very much. Is he going to spar with Frank Warren or Frank Smith? We'll find out. I know Frank Smith's in the venue, so I will be going and having a chat with him in a minute.
I know Frank Smith and Ben Shalom very well. I've seen Frank fight, and he's just behind us here. I've seen him in the ring before, so Ben's got his work cut out. That'll be good. I think, Mike, have a word with His Excellency. Get it on.
Hey, Ben said I was nodding yes, but I wasn't. I was actually shaking my head no, because while that would be a great warm-up fight, the real fight we want to see, obviously, Adam, is Ben Shalom and Eddie Hearn. That's the fight.
That's the big fight. Well, they have to pay the big bucks for that fight. Ben Shalom, interesting to hear him about Chris Eubank Jr., just like the Liam Smith 2 rematch with Bomac. Rick Reno just loves to mix it up and stir it up, doesn't he?
And he loves to shop, you know. I've been in here all week with him. He keeps going to Harrods over and over. Great store. We need a Harrods in the U.S.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And these two are giving us a cracker as well. Fraser Wilkinson, Elliot Whale, yeah, terrific. Blood from both of their noses. They gave us 6 minutes of quality there. Two southpaws who I think are going places.
And it's good. You see bloody noses because none of these guys are wearing the bar on the headgear. No bar.
York Hall has been transformed tonight for Box Raw's third event. There's so much to do for the fans here who've come in with a free bar, with the big boxing bags all around us. They can get as close as they can almost to ringside. Everybody having a terrific night. They've seen the weigh-in, Mike, and now they get real, hardcore, raw action.
Yeah, and this is a joyous occasion, Adam, a celebration of boxing. Every fight, everyone gets their hands raised. There are no losers tonight.
Now, Elliot Whale better get out of the ring because Ben Shalom wants him on December the 20th in Leeds. So he doesn't want to be partying tonight.
Yeah, we don't want to see any injuries, right?
No injuries. Music absolutely terrific. Vibe great. What a way to spend a Friday night before the main showcase at Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow.
Yeah, tremendous warm-up. We're a little over 24 hours now, right, from the rematch. The April fight was can't miss, an instant classic. I don't know how they topped that first meeting.
What are you thinking ahead of tomorrow? It's a cracking card, and then, of course, the two of them go toe-to-toe again. Or will they go toe-to-toe? Will it be more of a boxing match?
I'm expecting more of a boxing match, at least early on, but these guys truly hate each other. I know in boxing, a lot of times guys pretend to not like each other, but you can feel the disdain. And I expect it's going to be more tactical, but it will be heated.
Will they be able to resist? Eubank and Ben, Saturday night live on the Zone. Before that, we've got Peaky Blinders in the house. We've got Rick Reno, the Versace man. We've got Hamza Shiraz, Frank Smith, Ben Shalom. They're all here. And two more fighters, and both undefeated. Troy Gallagher and George Crotty.
And let's not forget, Adam, we also have another weigh-in tomorrow morning as Chris Eubank has to make weight one more time. Can't weigh more than 170 pounds or he's going to get fined like last time. Last time he got fined $500,000, and as Conor Ben likes to say, he bought himself a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I think Conor's enjoyed that Rolls Royce. I think the whole family have. Chris, to me, I think, has made the weight better this time. I think under Bomac, I think he's looking really focused, and he wants to stop Conor Ben and make sure, cements his name in this whole history of Eubanks and Bens. Remember, the Bens have yet to get a victory over the Eubanks. Will they tomorrow night? Frank Smith with Conor Ben, but of course he's with Emily Eubank. I mean, you can't make it up, this stuff.
Yeah, speaking of Bomac, Adam, I don't know how many people know this or how common it is, but believe it or not, Bomac actually cooks the meals in training camp. He cooks the meals, he does the nutrition, so it's a a very disciplined camp, like we were saying.
I know Conor Ben has worked ever so hard in his training camp. We will see just about 24 hours from now. These two, real opportunity for Troy Gallagher and George Croy in the light heavyweight division. Both of them are 4-0.
The light heavyweight division's heating up. Of course, 1 week from tomorrow in Riyadh, we have the Ring 4 main event, David Benavidez and England's Anthony Yarde. Yarde's third crack at a title. This might be the last chance, and I was so impressed in losing efforts against two Russians in Sergey Kovalev and Artur Beterbiev.
Mike, I know it's Todd Grisham's gig next week. It's the US Cons and you're joining them, but I'm coming anyway because I just want to be there.
Yeah, it's can't miss, and we're not just saying this because it's the Ring show. It's just top to bottom the best card of the year. I mean, you have Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes is the first of 4 main fights.
Yeah, that's a brilliant fight. Sam, I know very well, and he'll be putting everything into it, but I think Abdullah Mason might be the next star from the States. It's really good. Bam Rodriguez, of course, Devin Haney, Brian Norman, and the big one, Benavidez and Yarde. But there's plenty more action here tonight at Box Raw. These two, good body shot, beautiful work there. Oh, lovely combination. Both of them working in close, digging in shots.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's much boxing tonight as there is fighting.
Wow. Meanwhile, Frank Smith has a right to reply, Charlie.
Well, yes, Frank Smith does have a right to reply. Before we talk about everything Box Raw Sparring Club, before we talk about Eubank Jr. Ben 2 tomorrow, I've just had Ben Shalom in this seat here. Now, I said I fancied him on the cobbles, and he put an official call out to Fat Frank, I say in quote marks, for a fight. He called out His Excellency. He said, Fat Frank, he wants to fight with you. I can't even believe I'm asking it, but are you interested?
The thing is, what you've got to understand, if me and Ben Shalom got in the ring, it would be very much like our capabilities in business. He'd be a complete flop in the ring as he is in business. So, you know, I don't think it's fair, because I don't want to ruin him both in the ring and outside the ring. I want to give him a chance to at least succeed in the promotional capacity of the game. But look, if he wants a fight, let's have it, son.
His Excellency will be watching, licking his chops. We are in this weird world of boxing where I'm actually going to ask you, is it realistic if HE says to you tomorrow at ringside, Frank Smith, next Box Raw Sparring Club, you and Ben Shalom have got to have a tear-up, are you going to do it?
I'd do anything for money, let's be honest.
Do it only for the bag then? You wouldn't go and take the opportunity to go and lever Ben Shalom?
I'm not a fighter, I'm not a tough guy. I've had one amateur fight, which I did for charity, and I'm not a fighter, but if he wants to have a go, we'll have a go. But the bag's got to be right.
You don't need the bag. I'm sure you'd like to weigh him in for free. Frank, look, let's talk about tomorrow night. The rematch. It was fantastic last time. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, absolutely packed out. How do you see it going? You believe your man, fresher, stronger, fitter, quicker tomorrow night?
Yeah, look, both guys showed that they deserve so much respect with what they did the first time back in April. They're going to go back in the ring this time and be even better. We remember the spectacle they gave us in April. This fight is going to be so much better. They're both going to come in there, improve, knowing how good the other guy is. It's going to be some night in there. I can't wait. These special stadium shows, we feel fortunate in the UK that we get them so often. But nights like this, they're important for the sport, and I can't wait to see. May the best man win tomorrow.
Boxing has always been a business for you, but this one's been a little bit more. Are you quite happy to see the end of Saturday night and put this whole debacle to bed?
Yeah, 100%. You know, when you're like, there's one thing, the business of boxing, when it comes in from the personal side, it makes it a bit tougher. Look, it's the biggest fight out there for both guys. That's why I always push for it. Made the most sense for both guys, and I'll be glad to see the back of it come Sunday.
Final prediction for tomorrow night?
Do not miss it. All out brawl. It's not going to be as entertaining, though, as me knocking out Ben Shalom one day.
It's not going to be as entertaining as Frank Smith knocking out Ben Shalom. I want to see it. Back to Adam and Mike. This fight is incredible.
This fight was absolutely brilliant. Another really good one and I absolutely adore Frank Smith. I saw that charity fight. He won in a minute, mate. He was really good.
Was he fighting you?
He wasn't fighting me. He was fighting someone who fancied it. I think he called himself Frank the Tank, and he came in absolutely blitzed him. So if I was benching him, I'd be in training right now. Ring 2, unfinished business. Tomorrow night, live on the Zone, Eubank Jr. and Ben doing again the fourth instalment of the family history. Meanwhile, these two have a final chance to impress, well, the judges, impress the people watching, impress Ring, impress Riyadh season, impress His Excellency Troy Gallagher from Lancaster, George Crotty. This is your chance, this is your moment.
Smell that, Adam? Somebody's eating pizza by us.
Did you just smell it?
I smell it.
George from Royston and Hearts. Good amateur. Didn't make the Paris Olympics, but at 30, hopes to make a real good name as a pro. Troy Gallagher, 25, boxing well here. Looking strong. So Rick Reno's buying up Harrods. Is he getting anything for you?
Nothing for me, unfortunately, Adam. You know, he's not that generous, but I've known Rick a long time, about 15 years now, believe it or not. And of course, he was at the Versace store. Although I want to tell on him a little bit, I did also catch him at the Louis Vuitton store, cheating on Versace.
I just love the fact he's always got the hat on, the shades, and it's the look, isn't it, as he stands between the fighters.
I mean, I'm feeling left out here. You have Arthur Shelby and Rick Reno with both sunglasses and hats, and then me and you here, none. No hat needed.
We just love the boxing, mate. That's what we're here.
That's all we need.
Fans are loving it tonight. This is the fourth fight, Troy Gallagher and George Crotty, leaving nothing in there, are they?
No, everyone's leaving it all on the line tonight, and again, we just hope for no clash of heads the way all these guys are coming in on the inside, right?
Yeah, nice three-rounder. Very entertaining in the ring, and there's a huge amount of prospects waiting outside of the ring. Backstage, warming up. They've come from far and wide for this golden opportunity to try and get on a big Ring or Riyadh season show. It's a bit like the golden ticket in Willy Wonka, isn't it? It's only one or two are going to get it. Who's impressed you so far?
I think for me so far, Labourne has been the most impressive. Obviously, he scored the knockdown, and I thought he had a great reach. You know, he caught his opponent at the end of his punches. So far, Labourne. How about you?
Yeah, I like Labourne. I thought he was really good. I thought he was building on fighting just a few days ago. It looked like he was carrying on the next round almost. I liked Alex Macmillan and Lucas Ballingall. I've known Ballingall a long time. He's a good fighter. I thought that Macmillan, with no professional experience, did ever so well. He's in good hands with Shane McGuigan.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned that Labourne just fought Sunday. That's one of the biggest issues in all of boxing is the inactivity. So many of these guys score a big win, and then they disappear and only fight once a year.
On we go. Fight number 5.
And his opponent tonight, who thinks he can take him on, Elliot Massie. Come on, Elliot.
Now we have the big boys now, Adam, cruiserweights.
Yeah, we got the cruisers in the ring. Two cruiserweights going up tomorrow night, Richard Riakporhe and Tommy Welsh at heavyweight. One of the really good fights on the stat card at Tottenham. But here in front of us on Box Raw in the Sparring Club, we welcome Ellie Massie, very popular from London, and Devon Miller, very popular from London. You can see behind you all the fans that they brought.
Yeah, you gotta love that about the UK, right? It's grassroots boxing, guys building actual local followings, and that's really the bread and butter of the sport.
Devon Miller here with one grey sock on, one white sock on, fighting out of the blue corner. He's 1-9, lost 3, 7 knockouts, called himself the Alpha Way. And Elliot Massie was a senior elite amateur, signed by Queensbury, 5 years younger at 25. And the big bombs are going to go off here.
Well, I want to say thank you for pointing that out, and I thank Devon Miller for wearing different socks, because on a night where everyone's wearing black trunks, now we can tell them apart more easily.
He's also got the dreadlocks down the back, as Devon Miller. Real character. So too is this Elliot Massie, who's 2-1 going into it with 1 knockout. Body shots early from the pair of them.
All right, these guys are wasting no time. Surely someone else wants to score a knockdown after we saw the knockdown in the second fight.
You've got 6 minutes to show your skills and your height and your fighting heart and your strength and everything. It's an audition.
We have Hamza Shiraz, contender right now at 168 super middleweight ringside. He's being lined up for a fight in February.
Where's that? Come on, Mike, give us some info.
Could be the US, we'll see. You know,
you broke AJ and Jake Paul yesterday. How's that going on? Is it finalized?
I believe that's going to happen, Adam, yes. Believe it or not, Anthony Joshua, I would say the second biggest star in Britain right now after Tyson Fury. Although, maybe you could say he's the biggest, I'm not sure. I leave that to you.
Are we looking at mid-December in Miami?
I'm hearing December 19th right now.
December 19th in Miami, you heard it from the Ring's very own main man, Mike Coppinger, and Hamza Shiraz back in February. What a 2026 we're going to have.
Yeah, you had a slew of fights announced today by Matchroom on the zone. Some really good fights. I love that Andy Cruz Ray Maritile lightweight title fight. Andy Cruz, Olympic gold medalist twice over, getting his first crack. And over here in England, Josh Kelly and Dr. Murtazalia, that's going to be a firefight.
Wood Warrington, Kelly.
Yeah, you got to get the rematch, you know, between them, and I'm excited.
Yeah. We love going to Nottingham, and remember, Echo Esserman has got a big fight, the engine from that city, against Jack Cattrall. Live on the zone, Chiefs of Brawl tomorrow to Eubank Jr. and Ben. I tell you what, they're not chief supports here tonight, they're all main events.
That's right, Adam, and I want to say, I have to give the Brits a lot of props, because in the US they say co-main, and a lot of times it's not really a co-main, it's one main event and a chief support. That is proper terminology. Although next Saturday in Riyadh, we do have actual double main events with Devin Haney, Brian Norman, and Benavidez Yard. The chief support, well done, Brits.
10 seconds.
Arthur Shelby, Paul Anderson in real life enjoying himself, Peaky Blinders in the house, and half of East London seems to be here. Well, it's 2 Londoners in the ring, Elliot Massie and Devon Miller going to work. No feeling out process, the 2 of them trading leather. In the underground of the Box Raw Sparring Club. Remember, get your merch, get your drinks in, have a go on the punch bags, the heavy bags are all around us, and have a good time. Let's get to Charlie. I don't know where he is, but who's he got?
Well, thanks, guys. Yes, look who we've got. The Ring Magazine's Lewis Hart. They said, go and find someone in this cauldron of York Hall. I said, I've got just the man for you. Lewis, you've been working with the Ring Magazine for a while now. Been fantastic to see what you guys have been doing. Chaos in here. It's a Friday night before Eubank Jr. against Ben, and we've got the Sparring Club. Just how exciting is all of this?
It's brilliant. Look, no better place to hold this than York Hall. So many historic fights across the years that we've had, so it's only right that we have Sparring Club here. Obviously there was one in New York that kicked it off, one in Riyadh, one in London. Boxing has many different cultures, and I feel like we've had a taste of every single one. We know what New York's like, we know what Riyadh's like, and we know what the London sparring's like. I'm having a great time. It's great to see what obviously the Ring are doing, Box Draw are doing, yourself as well, so I'm having a brilliant time here.
We've just seen Ben Shalom call out Frank Smith for one of these. It's a mad world that we live in. Turkey loves the mess and the chaos that comes with it. Who knows, maybe one day we see it, and obviously we'll be interviewing both men.
Well, yeah, look, I'm sure they're going to want some money for it as well. Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. That'd be great to see two of them. I think a lot of people from the outside would take a lot of pleasure from that. But yeah, who would want to see that? In the crazy world of boxing, see them two square up, I'm sure they'd love that.
Talk to me about your week on the ground, obviously covering everything. Eubank Jr. Ben, it's a rematch. Tomorrow it will be so loud in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We're so excited to see it. How do you see it all unfolding? How have you found, you spoke to both guys this week, how have you found that?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think the approach has been different from Conor. I think a lot of people that spoke to him in the build-up for the first fight, you know, he's always passionate, wears his heart on his sleeve. I think we saw that more for the first Eubank fight. This time we see a different approach. I think it's a really interesting fight tomorrow night. We saw how iconic the first fight was in April. Everyone was there. Yeah, left the piece in their hearts. And I think we're going to get the same tomorrow night. I think it's going to be really exciting. Two guys, they're made for each other in a sense, so I can't wait. I'm really excited for tomorrow.
All right, enough of that, Lewis. No one wants to hear you talk about boxing. We have got this punch bag here. Now, I'm willing to put my ego to one side. I've said if you do it, I'll do it as well. Now, he is a stronger man than me, but I've dropped him in sparring before. I had to say that on the record. Lewis, you give it a go, and then I'll give it a go. Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. In all fairness, it looked like a good punch. 773 is the score that I have now got to beat. No pressure, Charlie Parson.
I'm not sure about that dropping in sparring, but this is a little bit more competitive. Ooh. Fair enough, I'll take that.
Light work, baby. Lewis, get mugged off live on TV, mate. Thanks very much. Back to the guys.
Great fun. Lewis Hart, terrific guy. Ring Magazine's own Rings. Mike Coppinger alongside me. We're watching the cruiserweights. They're really getting the crowd going. Two Londoners swinging from the hip. Brilliant.
Yeah, great action here, Adam. And obviously the cruiserweight division is one that's always been much bigger in Europe and in the UK, but hasn't then really taken off elsewhere. Why is that?
Look, Johnny Nelson, Carl Thompson, David Hay back in the day, Tony Bellew, great cruiserweight action, great fighters, Chris Billham-Smith and Richard Riappor at Selhurst Park last year. Always been a good division for us in Britain. I think Evander Holyfield, probably the best cruiserweight ever. I mean, Johnny would probably argue it. He reigned for 7 years, but yeah, great division for the guys not quite big enough to be heavyweight. There's Bridgerweight now, of course. We see how Richard and Tommy get on tomorrow. But these two, I tell you what, they have done everything they can in this audition. Really enjoyed this. Cracking matchmaking. Fantastic scrap.
Yeah, great exchanges in here. Both guys throwing with power. And don't forget, Alexander Usyk, he's in the conversation too, I think, for greatest cruiserweight with Evander Holyfield.
Definitely, 100%. Alexander Usyk, greatest cruiserweight heavyweight of the modern generation. An absolute legend. It's just we think of Usyk as a heavyweight now.
Yeah, he's tremendous heavyweight, and I do believe we're going to see him fight England's Fabio Wardley next year.
In the spring?
I think so. Nothing done yet, but that's where it's headed toward, from what I'm hearing.
You're not going to break me that news as well tonight?
Don't have it to break yet. But man, Wardley, so impressive.
What a rocky story.
What did he have? 5 white-collar fights?
4.
4, okay. 0 amateur fights.
4 white-collar fights, 4 knockouts. He's a recruitment consultant from Ipswich. He never laced the gloves up till he was about 20, 21. It's an unbelievable story.
This is maybe the kind of place that he would have fought, right?
Exactly. I was just thinking that. He'd have been just right for this. But Dillian Whyte helped him. His career took another path. And he's taken fighters out over and over again. Fraser Clark, Justice Hooney late. And of course, Joseph Parker a few weeks ago. Look at these two. Take a bow. Elliot Elenasi and Devore Miller.
Let's hear it for these two fighters. And now introducing to the ring, the one, the only, Keno White. Keno, come on. There you go. Versace, what are you thinking?
I want to see more knockdowns.
Me too. And his opponent, Amir Abu Bakr. Where are ya? Come on. By order of the Peaky Blinders, I want to see you in this ring. Yes, big man. There he is. And a little Bam Bam as well. Yes. Some love for Bam Bam.
Yes, Paul Anderson, Arthur Shelby doing his stuff. The Peaky Blinders legend. And will we see somebody emerge tonight who could become a legend of boxing? You just never know. We were talking about Fabio Wardley and how he started. And Mike was saying it looks like Fabio will get the shot at Alexander Usyk. I mean, this is where dreams can start. Amir Abu Bakr in with Keno White here. Amir, we've seen recently, he was undefeated until he was stopped in a very, very good fight with a very good performance by Carl Fail down on the south coast. And he's in with Keno White from Suffolk, unbeaten in 4. It should be another really good matchup and clash.
Yeah, Keno White, promoted by Queensberry, Frank Warren, so one to watch. They're investing in him. And there's a couple of Queensberry fighters tomorrow night on the undercard, I believe.
Yeah, Queensberry's Keno White here, the 20-year-old. And Amir Abu Bakr from Coventry. He's got 6 knockouts, he can hit hard. Remember, we've only had 1 knockdown so far on this dramatic night of action. Warren Labourne in the second fight. But I tell you what, we've had some real slugfests and some quality boxing too.
We have more fighting than boxing so far.
And that's also down to the vibe of Box Raw, of the sparring club, of the lights, of the atmosphere, of the tension, of the clamour of the crowd. And of Rick Reno's shades and hat in the front row.
Yeah, Keno White, for such a novice fighter, 20 years old, like you said, not very active. Turned pro last year, 3 fights, and only 1 fight this year in March.
Yeah, needs some momentum. Good body shot from Abu Bakr, who hits hard with that left hook. Thought Carl Fail did such a good job with him. The Fail twins, really, really good young fighters.
Ooh, nice left hook from Keno White there.
Midlands champion Abu Bakr, so to step up here for Keno White, but a really good amateur.
You know, this is much different, right, Adam? Because a lot of these times when these guys are sparring partners, they're being tasked with emulating an opponent. And here they can just fight their best and really put on a show.
Look at this from Keno White. 16-ounce gloves, playing to the crowd. Back comes Abu Bakr. Oh, this is fabulous. Really good. Sizzling stuff at the sparring club.
Hey, finally we have the stool coming out. We haven't seen much of the stool tonight.
They don't need the stool, mate. They just want to fight. Have you noticed as well, in between the rounds, they've been playing to the crowd, playing to the cameras. They just want to get on with it.
Yeah, this is what boxing needs. You know, you need stuff to create fans and pay the fans back, right? Up close, more interactive. When you go to these big fights tomorrow night, it's going to be fantastic. But this is where you can really get close to the action.
The grassroots, the hardcore, the real stuff. I mean, we're lucky enough to get into some of the gyms and spy on these fighters as they build up through camps. But this is a great opportunity for the fans, for the public to see up close what they can do, these fighters. Because this is almost better than their professional fights where they're building up as novices against journeymen. These guys both want to succeed big time.
Here we go.
Revving it up. Abu Bakr, oh, left hand. Just hurts Keno White momentarily. Top of the head, temple shot.
Yeah, space is pretty red right now. Another big left hook on top.
Heavy shots, and he bangs his glove together, White, as if to say, come on then. And Abu Bakr replies. He's exciting, isn't he, Abu Bakr? He just throws everything at you. He can be outboxed, but my word, he's got power. Those thick legs and the big hooks wielding in.
You got tree trunks on there. That's where the power comes from. And getting the better of Keon White in a lot of these exchanges.
Well, he's more experienced, naturally the bigger puncher, but this is good education for White.
No doubt. Like you said, just 20 years old, and for a guy that's only had one fight this year, good to get this activity in, even if it's not a pro fight. That goes on the record.
That fight at Portman Road on the Big Family Award-winning Justice Hooney night, that was in the rain in the summer. I think, unfortunately, we might get wet tomorrow night, so make sure you dress up warm and get the brolly out.
Yeah, it's on the forecast, and believe it or not, the last time I can remember being outdoors and stuck in the rain on a fight was in Riyadh in December of all places. That was at the Joshua Ruiz rematch in December of 2019.
I think it was dry in the desert for about 35 days until half an hour before the main event.
Crazy, and I think it was, what was the other one? I wasn't there, of course, but David Haye, one of my all-time favorites. Against
David Haye and Vladimir Klitschko in Hamburg. When I got up for breakfast, the rain was just falling like a sheet, and it never stopped all day.
And I just remember them slipping all over the canvas.
Mike Tyson, Lou Samaris in Hampden Park in Glasgow. We were commentating under plastic sheets. Yeah, we've had some rain. We've also had some great sunny nights as well, at Wembley particularly.
Well, at least tomorrow night you're going to have the tarp, right? You're going to have the cover. No plastic
cover.
sheet.
No cover at Tottenham.
No?
No, only a little bit. You'll be all right, Mike. You'll be all right because you'll be nice and close.
As long as the fighters are good.
Jumbo will be all right. He'll be in there in the corners. Living and breathing every bit of this Box Raw Sparring Club tonight. It's the city of London's turn. We've had it in New York, we've had it in Riyadh, and we are loving it. This is fight number 6 of 10.
Yeah, well, we'll see where we place one next. You never know. Maybe we'll see one in Tokyo. We have Night of the Samurai in December 27th in Riyadh. The Monster Naoya Inoue against Alan Picasso. We have Junjo Nakatani, of course, against Sebastian Hernandez. Another great show.
And that's the fight we want to see at 26. You've got to help make that, Mike.
What a cracker that would be. Might be the biggest fight in Japanese history.
And one of the biggest fights in world boxing. I want to see Boots against Ortiz as well next year. You got to get your magic pot out. His Excellency and yourself, mate.
I hope we see it too. But you know, wouldn't surprise me if they marinate it either. You never know.
Fury Joshua here, please, as well. Next summer, look at these two. Abu Bakr's put a huge work rate in tonight. Really impressed with him off the back of that defeat down on the south coast in Bournemouth. And this is a real good learning fight for Keno White.
Yeah, both guys have been very impressive, and you know, losses don't really matter, or at least they shouldn't matter. As long as you come to fight and you put on good action and you give a good effort.
Good work from Keno there. Lovely punch picking. Both of these guys have got ability and talent. They're leaving it all there tonight for the fans. They're going to get a rapturous reception at the final bell. 3-2s, and the pair of them have dished up an absolute war there. Well done.
That was maybe the best back and forth of the night, yes?
From the York Hall in Bethnal Green, the spit and sawdust of British boxing, to the wonderful stadium that is Tottenham Hotspur, which will be lit up tomorrow night for Eubank Ben, the rematch. Here, I think we've had the fight of the night, the spar of the night, the war of the night between Amit Abu Bakr and Keno White.
No question, that was the best of the night, Adam. And it's crazy when you think about it. We're talking about Keno White being 20 years old, having 3 fights. Moses Atama is 20 years old, and he might be on the cusp of a heavyweight title shot in the next 18 months.
I like his matchup with Jermaine Franklin, January the 24th.
I like it a lot. Great matchmaking by Frank and George Warren over there at Queensberry. Jermaine Franklin never been stopped. I don't even think he's been knocked down. Durable heavyweight. Gave 12 tough rounds to both Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. And coming off of that win over Ivan Ditchko on the Canelo Crawford undercard. Some people disputed it, but he got the win, and I think it's a proper step up.
When do you think Moses should be fighting for a world heavyweight title? Okay, it may be splintered, it may be split up the belts, we don't know yet, but what would you do with Moses? Next year, year after, how long would you give him?
I'd put him in with Usyk next year if you wanted him to. You know, again, if you lose to an Usyk, so what? And if you beat him, then you're on top of the world. And I spoke to Usyk's advisor last month, Sergey Lapin. He said Usyk's not ruling out a fight with Atama. He's just saying not right now. He wants him to be ready. He wants to fight him when he's more experienced.
I said to Moses, you should go and spend time in Usyk's training camp, maybe before. I mean, Wardley and Moses are stablemates, so that's tough. But I think he'd learn a lot. The Usyk camp, honestly, Mike, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, Usyk's an incredible professional. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no question. And Moses, I don't know like you do, but the few times I've encountered him, I'm so impressed by the way he handles himself. Such a mature kid.
Meanwhile, back to this. It's the 7th Sparring Club fight and matchup for you. JD Quervo and Sonny Parkinson.
Gotta love this pacing, right, Adam? You get the guys right into the ring.
You know what? It's so good, isn't it? There's no gaps. It rolls. I mean, people hardly have time to go and get a beer or a coffee because it's just non-stop action. And I think that's what fans want to see. The night before, you either go to the stadium or sit back and watch it on the big screen at home on DAZN. The mega night. This is where you want to be. You want to go home from watching a Box Raw event. You want to think, wow, I really got value.
Yeah, and especially if you're traveling to a fight like I did so often as a fan, you want something to do the night before the fight. You don't want to just fly in and go to the weigh-in and that's it. You know, going to a nice night of fights beforehand, it's like a nice appetizer.
Sonny Parkinson. He was going to fight Keno White earlier, but he's been now matched with this JD Quervo, who's an interesting character. Juan David, he was born in Colombia, but he made his way to Wales, I think as a teenager with his sister, for a better life, and he settled under Gary Lockett and his team.
Gary Lockett, I remember him, the pocket rocket, right?
Gary Lockett, yeah, wonderful fighter.
Challenged Kelly Pavlik.
Yeah, for Kelly Pavlik for the world middleweight title. Was a really good light middleweight here. Had a brilliant left hook. Trains Joe Cordina and others down in Swansea. Ben Crockett as well.
You know, I didn't realize there were many Colombians in the UK, but then again, I didn't realize there were many in Canada. And just last night, we had ring ambassador John Arobio score another big knockout. John Arobio, Colombian living in Canada, he is one to watch.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Yes. Good long raking jab there. What can we see of Sonny Parkinson from Newham in Sussex? The 26-year-old. He's had only one professional fight. Quavo's had 5. Right, let's get right over to Charlie, who's got the main man behind Boxraw, Ben Amar, with him.
I will never, ever in a million years get tired of Adam Smith introducing me. Thank you, Adam. You absolute legend. Ben is the man who's next to me. Talk to me about all of this. We see York Hall absolutely packed out. A cauldron of noise here. And this is all you. Boxraw, your brand, your image. We're wearing the clobber here. It's fantastic. We've seen the people be bundling over each other, trying to get their hands on it. Talk to me about this whole vision, Ben.
Yeah, mate, it comes from this. I've been boxing since I was 12 years old. The earliest memory, the thing that I used to love the most was on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, going into the gym, hands on the apron, watching the pros get in and out sparring on repeat. I loved it. You felt the actual community and the culture around boxing. Music was playing, people going at it. There was no love lost afterwards. It was just respect. That's what boxing was about, and that's what I'm trying to recreate with this, you know. There's no winner, there's no loser. 16-ounce gloves, head guards. It's just like it is in the actual gym.
Teamed up with His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh and obviously brought the Ring Sparring Club in New York previously, Riyadh, now brought it to London. I'm biased, you're biased as well. We want to keep it here. We see the talent that's here, but he loves Street Fighter. He loves video games. I have to say, when I walked in here, this was very much the vibe I got. Dimly lit, you got the punching bags, everyone queuing in to try and get in, the pints, everything. It feels like a video game in here as well, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we're trying to create, right? This is for the culture, this is for the community of boxing, you know, so we've got an open bar, free food, free booze, you can shop over there, there's punch machines. We're trying to create a vibe, you know, and there's nothing like that's been done in boxing before, you know, and that's what we're here to do.
Talk to us a little bit about the brand. Obviously, we've all been wearing it. If you've been about on the scene, Boxraw, you see it everywhere. But talk to me from your end. You say you love boxing, but there's a lot of boxing gear out there. But this is swagger, right? You want to look cool wearing it as well. How did the whole kind of tuition to actually kind of creating these clothes come about?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, it's exactly what happened, right? I was training for a fight. I was running down the street. I remember wearing this tracksuit. I got back to the gym. I was like, I want people to know I'm training for a fight, right? But I looked in the market, there's something that we could wear. You know, all the brands that came before us, Everlast, it's trash. You know, but boxers don't want to wear it. I wanted to create something actually for the boxer. Something that boxers can identify with, but also something that can add value. You know, so the equipment that we make, the products we make, everything's made with intent. You know, we're not just trying to do stuff for the sake of branding. We're trying to do stuff that's going to add value to the actual community.
Ben, mate, congratulations. What a fantastic night it is. I'll throw back to Adam and Mike on comms.
Thanks, Charlie. Ben has really produced a fantastic evening. The Boxraw merch just behind us, as he said, feeling the vibe. Everyone having a drink, a good time, and getting closer to the action maybe than ever before.
Yeah, for sure, Adam. And I got to say, and I'm not just saying this because we're doing the broadcast, but Boxraw, incredible, tremendous material. My favorite hoodie, oversized hoodie from Boxraw, I wear it on all my flights. And I want to say, I said before, the pocket rocket, that was Wayne McCullough, even though it rhymes.
Good friend of mine, Wayne McCullough, lives in Vegas. Wayne was a fantastic fighter here.
Oh, great fighter.
Really, really good fighter. World champion, of course. Good commentator too. Gary Lockett, the Rocket Man. Good trainer. Gold Star team in that red corner helping out tonight. Good to see. Rick Reno back in the middle. Who's he going to have his eye on?
Corners, 10 seconds.
Who's he going to really like tonight?
I think if you're Rick Reno, you gotta like Keno White, you gotta like Labourne. We still have a few more fights to go.
Final round here. The music. The Friday night feel. The Ring, Riyadh season, and the zone. It's all happening tonight as our hors d'oeuvre before Tottenham.
And look, I know Rick likes guys with swagger. Quervo has the swagger. Look at the way he moves.
Yeah, good move there. Beautiful footwork. And you can see Rick, he doesn't give much away, but I think there was a right smile.
Yeah, the sunglasses, you know, you can't tell, but yeah. Quervo, very impressed with the head movement.
Does he take those off when he shops in Harrods?
He did not, I have to say, he did not. Can't break character. Got to keep kayfabe, as they say in wrestling.
It's like Chris Eubank Sr. Does he dress like that, like when he's watching TV at home?
That guy's always on, huh? That was an entertaining press conference yesterday.
Oh, it was. It was a really good press conference. And we needed that fire as well. Look at this from Quervo. Brilliant.
I don't think I've ever laughed harder at a press conference. I quite liked the line Eubank Jr. had about Eddie Hearn and the Oxford Dictionary.
Yep, very good. I like Tommy Welsh. The midnight train's getting the last bus home. I like that one.
That was good too, yeah. Good word of words of the Reacpo. Tommy Walsh, a big underdog. I think Reacpo's about a 16-1 favorite.
Look, Tommy, I've seen a lot of. He's got a big step up in class, but he'll give it everything. Scott was a tough man, his dad. Meanwhile, I've really been entertained by Kurt Scooby, and Kurt came through box raw, and he's got his big chance against Adam Azeem, and these two want to be on a big show. Look at them go for it. Brilliant finish. Absolutely terrific. The pair of them, J.D. Quervo and Sonny Parkinson. It was a late notice matchup just about an hour or two ago, and look what it delivered.
Yeah, Quervo's good fun. We'll see how well he can fight as he goes on, but he has a lot of swagger and talks a lot of trash.
Great fights in the ring, and a chance for the fans to all get the box raw merch. As you heard Ben and Charlie saying, it's about having the swagger. Have you got your merch?
I have my merch. I got my merch at the sample sale in New York in July. I got a nice Usyk shirt, oversized t-shirts. We have Ring box raw t-shirts with legends. Manny Pacquiao, I have one of those. I think there's a Fury one, so we gotta get you some, Adam.
Mike, I would love to. I would love to be. 2 or 3 of these guys are real models tonight in their part-time work. I'd love to model anything you want.
Is that real? Is that so?
Not me. There's been a couple though. I think tonight we've had Elliot Elamari. I think he's a part-time model. I know Richard Reactmore is.
Ryan Garcia, of course.
Ryan Garcia.
Not here tonight, but we'll see him soon.
And he's fighting. Let Lana UK Dubet. Come on now. In he comes. Yeah. I want so fucking one. That's right.
we go with the action. I tell you what, I don't know if it's the night's getting later, but more and more people are almost on top of us. Have you seen how close the fans are getting tonight to the ring?
I think the fights have been good. They want to get closer to the action. We're still waiting for another knockdown. It might have been the only one we'll see. I don't know.
One of my favorite moments in Vegas a few years ago was a trainer, I can't remember who it was, and he kept saying to his fighter, take him to the dungeon. And that was, I think, a dungeon in Philly. Take him to the dungeon. We got a dungeon in here tonight. York Hall, which has been the home of British boxing, has been turned into an underground venue, which has been absolutely electric tonight. I love the red and white colours. And these two now welcome into the ring from Liverpool, Letjani Lucas Dubet, and from Bolton, Ibrahim Kola.
Yeah, you know, Floyd Mayweather would always call his sparring sessions right at his gym, the doghouse. You have the doghouse and you have the dungeon, I guess, too.
I used to love watching Floyd training in the gym. I always felt not only was he the best fighter I've seen live at any time, I think, in my career, but he was the best trainer too. He was unbelievable, Floyd. Unreal.
Oh, tremendous. I mean, we might even see Floyd fight Pacquiao again next year. So that's something that's been discussed. Who knows?
What do we make of that, Mike?
Look, Floyd's 48. Pacquiao, I believe, is now 46. They want to do it again and make a bundle of money, so be it. It would be a boxing match, not an exhibition. So, look, it was a big letdown in 2015 when it happened. Mayweather won going away. Pacquiao had a torn rotator cuff. But, man, Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, I mean, at 46, look at the way he looked against Mario Barrios in a title fight.
When that fight was made, I thought there should have been two already. You know, they should have had a trilogy by that point. It was a shame, and I think if His Excellency had been around then, that would have been made.
No question, Adam. I mean, you look at so many fights already that Turkey Al-Sheikh has consummated that would never have ever happened without him. I mean, I think of Bivol and Beterbiev. That was a fight that was in talk for years. Fury and Usyk were circling the wagons for years and couldn't get a deal done without him. So
Turkey will be watching this tonight, and he'll be mightily impressed with these young prospects giving their all. You know, he sort of falls a little bit for fighters, doesn't he? I know Mikey Talon's a big one for him, and I remember the southpaw as well, Chamberlain, Mark Chamberlain, he likes. Meanwhile, Charlie is with Kieran Conway somewhere in the mix.
Well, thank you, Adam. Yes, I am. This man next to me, Kieran Conway, obviously not to be in this venue a couple of weeks ago now. Nice to be back on the scene, rubbing shoulders with everyone, and what a valiant performance you put in.
Oh, this is unbelievable to be back here and see all this. I didn't know what I was kind of expecting when I first turned up, but this is unbelievable. The amount of people that turn out for this, really good to see.
What boxing needs, right, from the grassroots, pack the fans in. Obviously a huge fight tomorrow, but everyone can get their boxing fix tonight as well.
Oh yeah, this is great for boxing. This is getting a lot of eyes. Like, look around, all the bums on seats here, there's people cramming in here. This is a really good spectacle to see this version of boxing as well. Love to see this.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself. Obviously, we saw in the ring not too long ago that great fight with George Liddard. How are you? Obviously, I see your hand there. How's the kind of last couple of weeks been? A tough one to take?
It was a tough one to take. Obviously, believing that I was just going to go in there and I was going to win that fight and move on to bigger things. But things happen, and maybe the path has changed, the plans have changed, and now it's the start of something new.
Do you feel like you maybe underestimated him a little bit?
Potentially not underestimated him, just got it wrong on the night, he got it right. Better man won, so we just move forward now.
You delivered us some fantastic nights in British boxing. We want to see you back in that ring again. Have you spoke to the guys and the team and just gone, you know what, moving forward, push everything behind us? What is the plan for Kieran Conway going forward?
That's it, you got it right there. It's about putting it behind me, but taking all them experiences forward with me. I learnt a lot that night. I learnt a lot in the whole build-up, the weeks leading up to it, about myself, about even boxing still. I'm 29 years old, coming up to 30, and I'm still learning, so that's the main thing.
Let's talk a little bit about George Liddard. Obviously, he was tremendous that night. Just how far do you think he'll go?
I think, and I hope he goes on to do big things. He's got everything that he needs to do that as well. Like I said, he got it very right on that night. So if he continues to keep doing what he's doing, then big things for him.
We can't sit here on the eve of the massive one. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow, absolutely packed to the rafters. Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, the rematch. How do you see it going?
I'm really looking forward to being there. I want to see the same atmosphere as there was last time. I'm hoping that comes out. Maybe the same fight as well. We all want to see that one again. So I'm looking forward to it. I think Eubank still gets it. I think he's probably tweaked some things, and he's probably made the weight a little bit better as well. Coming in underweight, that potentially plays a big factor. So yeah, hopefully we see a good fight for everyone.
Just very quickly before I let you go, you spoke a little bit about the weight with Chris Eubank Jr. there. You've been massive at the weight for a long, long time. Is it maybe time to move up?
Yeah, that's probably the plan going forward. Move up to super middleweight and put my name in that weight division. Solid as well. I'll be big. I'll be strong at that weight. Healthy going into it. I'll be able to train to my maximum, and hopefully I'll take my maximum into the ring.
Kieran Conway, you've given us some great nights in British boxing. We look forward to many, many more. Thank you for joining us. Back to Adam and Mike on commentary.
Yeah, he's a great guy, Kieran Conway. He's given us some fantastic nights over the years. George Liddard was brilliant, punch perfect, I thought, at York Hall a few weeks ago. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Kieran. But he's enjoying the night. Everybody is. Good to see a real mixture of people here. Fighters, fans, promoters, managers, press, everyone getting close. And these youngsters with the opportunity to really impress. Najani Lucas Dubet, unbeaten. Ibrahim Kola, unbeaten. Who's been impressing you?
I mean, both of them looking pretty good, but you know, Dubet's physique, he's the first guy I think all night to not wear a t-shirt. He's got to show off the guns with his tank top, right?
Switch hitting, Ibrahim Kola. From Bolton in Lancashire. Dubet from Liverpool. Both have won their first three. It's another good, even match.
Yeah, Liverpool's produced a lot of great fighters. Obviously, the Smith brothers. You have Callum Smith right now in talks to fight David Morrell next year, going to Perspit soon.
Yeah, that's
They're
good.
going to deal done.
Yeah, I saw Callum the other night watching the Boatsi Parker fight. He's desperate to get back in the ring. Yep, the brothers, Paul, Liam and Stephen. Of course, we've had all sorts, Tony Bellew, David Price, John Conte, Paul Hodgkinson, some of my heroes from Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan too, as well, Mike. Nothing like the Reds of Liverpool. And it's a fighting city that produces all sorts. And this young prospect has performed there in Liverpool Box Park, and he'll be pleased with his work tonight.
No question, Adam. This has been a fun one. We haven't seen the referee really get involved much at all.
Referees have done nothing. They've just watched like we have, which is great. It's been real quality. They've got down to it. Good professionals taking their chance, but also entertaining the fans.
Yeah, my favorite refs are the ones you don't notice, right? You don't want someone who's too intrusive.
Another good scrap, this time in the super bantamweight division.
And yeah, super bantam, of course, that's going to be the weight class that's featured December 27th in Riyadh for the Ring 5 Night of the Samurai. Inoue in the main event, and you have Nakatani making his super bantamweight debut in the co-main. And that's a true co-main, not a cheap support.
Nakatani against Inoue in 2026.
I think we're going to see it as long as both guys win. You know, Sebastian Hernandez is no joke. Tough Mexican, and another tough Mexican in Alan Picasso.
Good little matchup in the 8-stone-10 brigade between these two. Look at the respect between them. I've seen Ibrahim Kola box before. I've not seen Charlie Lucas Dubet, but they really have futures. They're bright. They might not have caught the eye of everyone here. There's been maybe better performances at different times through tonight, but they were both solid and they both got plenty to work on.
Yeah, and especially at 122 pounds at super bantamweight, I think there's always going to be opportunities. Usually the big names for those fighters come from South America or Asia, so if you can make some noise as an Englishman at 122, I think you have to win.
Okay, and let's get our next fighter, Jaden Pryor.
Okay. What a shame. Hey. So the final fight, the final spar, the final matchup, the final clash of what's been a tremendous Friday here at York Hall. Box Raw Sparring Club has delivered again for the third time in a row in New York, in Riyadh, now in London. And have we saved the best till last, my Coppinger? Jaden Pryor and Jake Morgan, the stage is yours.
Yeah, we have Jake Morgan here in front of us in the blue corner, and he's feeling it. He's strutted to the corner, he's been dancing around, so he's definitely feeling it being the last fight of the night.
Yeah, Jake dancing away, drawing himself just in front of us. He was meant to meet no man, Hussein, but he goes in with Jaden Pryor, who's 3-2 as a professional, calls himself Boom Boom, and we remember who was Boom Boom, Ray Mancini, of course. They had a question up in the DAZN studio earlier. Sam Gilly calls himself the Magic Man. Who are the other two?
Paulie Malignaggi and Antonio Tarver.
Yeah, nothing gets by you, Mark Coppinger. Nothing gets by you, or Tony Bellew, who got the answer straight away as well, as he should have done.
Yeah, two very good fighters from America in the past 25 years. Just a commentary on the host desk with Antonio Tarver, and a couple of times this year. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that incredible knockout of Roy Jones. That was amazing. Remember that?
I was there, and I was lost for words. It was one of those moments that you could hardly speak seeing it. It was extraordinary. I think it was at Mandalay Bay, or I can't remember, but I was up in the media section looking down on it. But I tell you what, Antonio Tarver's a cracking commentator. Paulie Malignaggi, one of the best co-commentators I've ever worked with. I tell you what, he says it straight. He's Marmite Paulie, but I love him.
Yeah, Paulie, like me from Brooklyn, we always tell it straight right at him. And I gotta say, Tarver against Roy Jones, that's gotta be one of the great moments in boxing history of calling your shot. When he said, got any excuses tonight, Roy, and then iced him in 2 rounds.
One of those moments in boxing history. Final one of the night here. Box Raw, and it's still packed. No one's leaving. Everyone's in the building.
Everyone's here. I'm sure they're going to be going out afterward in the London nightlife after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Wrap this up at 10:30. Off they go. Bit of clubbing. Not for you, mate. Straight to bed.
Straight to bed.
We got a big night tomorrow.
That's right, Adam. But first, I got to get some food after this, you know? What is your favorite fast spot in London?
Okay, you're in Bethnal Green. You've got 2 choices. You either go for a curry or you go for a bagel, and you get salt beef. And you go to Bagel Bake on Brick Lane, and it's just up there, Mike. And when you get it, get some extra bagels for tomorrow.
I've had a lot of bagels in New York, but never in London. But I have had Nando's.
The salt beef is fantastic, I promise you. Good body shot there. And again looking for an uppercut. Jake Morgan really relaxed before the first bell and aiming to really impress late on here. Oh, look at that. Springing these shots out of nowhere. Back to the body. I think the hooks have been the favourite punch of tonight. The fans are loving it. Charlie Parsons over the other side of the ring is absolutely loving it. I think he's got Big Dave Allen with him. Who next?
Well, thanks, Adam. Yes, indeed, I do have Big Dave Allen with me. But I've got to say quickly, Mike Coppinger, I'm not joking. You've had some bagels in New York. Go and get yourself a Brick Lane bagel. They are unbelievable. Anyway, we have got the fantastic Dave Allen, who sits next to me. He's just been reading the copy of the Ring magazine.
I'm having a fantastic time reading the Ring magazine and watching some top-level sparring, because there have been some very, very good fighters on tonight.
Talk to me about yourself. How are things? Obviously, you had that fight not too long ago with Arsenbek Makhmedov. You're a man who, no matter what you do, Dave, your stock goes up and up. It was an incredible night in there. Have you enjoyed the kind of just being able to chill out after that now?
Not really, no. I manage or train 11 professional fighters. I promote my own show next Friday night at Doncaster Dome. I'm going to get back in the ring either January or February, so it's all go, but life's never been better.
What is next for you then? Obviously, we saw you last time out, a valiant and courageous effort. Eddie said we got to roll it back one more time. What are you thinking? I mean, you've gone out on record. You've said you want Zhilei Zhang. What are the realistic options for you? Have you spoke to the guys?
We have, I think, Josh Kelly's Jan 31, Warrington Woods Feb 21, I believe. I would prefer February. Further away from Christmas, the better for me. You know, I'm going to enjoy Christmas, so hopefully Feb, and then back to Sheffield Arena, I think, is the plan. I haven't spoke to Ed, so win in Feb, and then the biggest name we can get in Sheffield Arena, let's do it.
How is the weight, Dave? You say Christmas is round the corner. Have you been a disciplined man since your fight?
Well, Christmas came early. It came about October, so yeah, come January, I'm a bit scared what I'm going to weigh, but hopefully we do February and I'll be in good shape again.
You'll be in this very venue in December on a Wednesday night as your man Joe Howard takes on Giorgio Visioli. We saw the press conference for that earlier on in the week. I actually love watching the two of you together. It's a brilliant little mix. We saw Oscar interview the two of them earlier on in the week on the stomping ground. Talk to me about him. One of the best prospects in British boxing, Giorgio, but you believe your man goes in there and gets it done?
Yeah, I think Joe also is one of the best prospects. Joe did white-collar boxing, but Fabio Wardley really has shown it's possible to do the white-collar and become a top-level pro as well. Joe's an exceptional talent, I believe, but Giorgio Visioli really is, you know, possibly the future of British boxing. I believe he's that good, but we're not coming to London December 17th to lay down. And Joe is a brilliant fighter, and I think it'll be a very, very good fight.
Well, we're in London for the small matter, and when I say small, I mean absolutely monumental. Tomorrow night, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, the rematch. How do you see it going? What have you made of all the bravado in fight week?
It's interesting, you know. You got the dads involved. The dads are proper legends, aren't they? So whenever Eubank Senior's in town, it's box office. As for the fight, I think Eubank will win. I think he's too big and maybe too good as well. I think the only chance Ben's got is that Eubank is a bit shot worn after the first fight and a long career, but I'm going to go Eubank on points.
Came in at 159.1 pounds. Do you think that's him kind of making a bit of a point?
Maybe. I do know tomorrow night in the ring Eubank will outweigh Ben anywhere between 6 and 10 pounds. He's actually the bigger man. Mind games and all the rest of it can't put off when the bell goes. I think it'd be a great fight again, but Eubank, much like the first one, will just do the better work.
Dave, you are the only man in boxing who has not always been my friend at this point, so I'm going to give you a hug on camera because I'm bloody glad you are now. Back to the guys on commentary.
Dave Allen, what a character he is, what a stalwart of British boxing, brilliant on the mic, great to hear him honest, and Christmas came early, didn't it? Look at the size of him, but he'll be back. And he's a colt heavyweight.
Yeah, that was a fun fight against Macmillan. Only in England, in the UK, can a fighter like Dave Allen rise to that level and become that kind of attraction. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the ring walk was amazing that night. It really was. Jaden Pryor and Jake Morgan finishing things off here at Boxraw. The York Hall Bethnal Green. Every fighter wants to say that they have performed in this building. It's part of the tapestry, part of the legacy of this sport. And tomorrow night, we're getting more history with Eubank Jr. Ben, the rematch. But tonight, I've thoroughly enjoyed this Boxraw Sparring Club. Fight or spar after fight or spar. Referees stand back. Fans have loved it. Great action.
Yeah, and I think Pryor and Morgan have really enjoyed fighting to the music. They're still showboating. There's some DMX in the background. Because even when you go to the gym, Adam, they don't play music during the spars.
Yeah, normally the music stops, doesn't it? In between the rounds it plays, and then while the fighters fight on the main stage. But tonight, it's like a nightclub. But these two, they carry on for 6, 8, 9, 10 rounds. Look at them.
We had our first big foul of the night. Morgan throwing a forearm into Pryor's throat, a la Floyd Mayweather, a Mayweather move.
We've had a knockdown, Warren Labourne. We haven't had a knockout. You've had a couple of fighters you've been really going to push on from tonight. Maybe His Excellency would have liked one.
Maybe so. You got to say, by virtue of default of the knockout, Labourne's the winner of the night, right? At least you have some time left still, though, and they're trying to go for it now.
Look at these two. Oh, my God. It's a mini Eubank Ben 1. Wow.
Great finish.
Great finish to the night. Last 20 seconds. A wild, fiery affair. Jaden Pryor and Jake Morgan. What a day we've had. It's been absolutely brilliant. The weigh-in, of course, of Eubank and Ben. One more to go tomorrow morning. 10 pounds, isn't it?
10 pounds, you know. 170 pounds is the weigh-in for both guys tomorrow. And for Ben, it's easy, obviously. Ben's not a middleweight.
Both winners. Big smiles. And all 18 fighters, I think there were, have performed not just admirably, but they've been fabulous. Boxraw successful for the 3rd time.
Yeah, now we're getting ready for Ben and Eubank, and no matter what, even if Ben evens the score, Adam, I think this is the last time we're seeing these guys share the ring. I mean, I think Eubank is going to go up to 68, Ben will go back down to 47, and they'll go their separate ways.
We've got to wait for tomorrow first. Cannot wait. Get some rest after your bagel.
I can't wait for that bagel. I'm going to do it. Better not disappoint.
Atmosphere is still buzzing here. The electricity we've had. It's been brilliant. Charlie Parsons, you're in the ring. You're not fighting. You got to close the show for us. I think these people want more, Charlie.
Well, Adam, they may want more indeed. What a pleasure always having you throw to me. That I will never, ever forget. What a song in the background. Still Dre. Chris Eubank Jr. walks out to this very song tomorrow night. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be packed. Do not miss it. This was the appetizer, if you like. What an undercard, and then what a main event. Revenge? Who knows? But we will see it. Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn collide tomorrow night, live and exclusive on the Zone pay-per-view. Do not miss. British boxing fans are the best in the world. Thank you for watching. The sparring has been incredible, and we will see you live on the Zone tomorrow night.
On the Zone, November 15th. Eubank Jr. versus Ben 2. Their first clash was a modern classic, a fight of the year contender that gripped the world. And now it's the rematch. Chris Eubank Jr. looks to close the case once and for all. Conor Benn comes for revenge. The greatest families in boxing go to war once more. Eubank Jr. versus Ben 2, November 15th. Watch only on DAZN.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
This